to day 3 of setting up my classroom. My name is Holly Adams. I am an Algebra 1 teacher in Texas. If you missed my first 2 days of classroom setup, go watch them here. I did stop by Walmart on the way here to pick up a few things. I got more painter's tape because I got a lot of comments on my last video to use painter's tape to hang certain things up. So I got more painter's tape because I am almost out of the roll that I have. I just got a small pack of Expo markers because I don't have any black ones in my room. I only have colored ones and it was just messing with me, so I got some black ones. And then I got some electrical tape so I can fix my agenda on the board. I also brought from home my hot glue gun and hot glue sticks because those of you who commented on my first video when I was talking about my brick wall over here, I had a lot of people tell me that you can actually hot glue onto brick wall, which I did not know. I don't know if I'm gonna hot glue onto brick wall, but that's why I got the painter's tape. So I'm gonna put the painter's tape on the wall and then hot glue on that and then hang my posters up that way. As you can see, only 2 of my posters survived. One of them fell off, which is fine. I am trying to borrow a stepladder from someone. Hopefully she can get that for me, and I went ahead and hung this up. I just used it like a command strip hook thing. I also got tissues. So now, hopefully I won't have to worry about tissues for, I don't know, how long do you think this will last? 1 semester? I don't know. All I know is the past 2 years, as soon as I open a box of tissues, they're gone. So I don't know if I have access to a color printer yet, but I went ahead and made these on Canva. So I made a submit, graded, pick up, and the star sheet and missing work. And those are all gonna go over there above the designated bins. I think I talked about this in my last video. And then I went ahead and made a bell schedule for myself. That way I can hang it up next to me and I always know the bell schedule because it's different, obviously, than my last school. I'm just gonna hang it up right here and I think it's cute. Okay, let me show you the agenda. So I think I mentioned wanting to change it into 6 boxes, and I personally like this a lot better because I would probably make like this box just whatever. I don't know what I would do with this one, but probably just have it say like Algebra 1 or what are we doing today or whatever. Maybe my name, I don't know. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My mom taught elementary school, so she had a lot of elementary school stuff for me. One of which being this calendar. So I don't think very much is gonna go on it, but I do have it up here just in case. I don't know. It was kind of just to fill the space. You know what I mean? We're now in the corner of the room. Window's right here. My desk is on the other side of that whiteboard. And I think that this corner is where I'm going to put my Sudoku board. So I do have student desks right here. So I think I'm gonna put the Sudoku board here. That way if anyone is playing it, they're not like bumping up against the desk. And then I'm gonna put the how to play and everything on the left. So I'm just gonna get it done. For anyone who's curious, I guess you'll not have to be so far away. For anyone who's curious, I just Googled like Sudoku board and put it on a PDF and then printed it on this big poster paper. But then I did Velcro sticky dots on each space. And then I just cut out a bunch of boxes with numbers on them and put the other side of the Velcro dot on all of these. My Sudoku. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna hold off on doing anything with the actual numbers yet because there's gotta be a better way than the way I've been doing it. think it's cute. It's kind of hard to see because like there's a glare, but my students use the heck out of these in 7th grade. 9th grade, I don't know if they're really going to use them as much because they're going to have access to calculators. But 1, it's cute, okay? And 2, it's just a nice little reference. So if you didn't know, you probably can't even see, but on each number is the skip counting. So like on the 3, it says 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way to 36. Also, if you're curious how I got them to just like stick to the wall without stapling them first, when I initially tried to put them up last year, I used sticky dots, which are crap if you've ever used them. All the teachers were like, don't use those, they're crap. And I used them anyway, they're crap. But they still had the sticky dot on them. So definitely not good for long term, but it was good for me to just stick it up there for placement purposes. And then I went through and stapled them all. What do we think? Do you like it? I think it's cute. I did kind of like a rainbow theme where it's like mirrored on each side. The only thing that's bothering me is I didn't actually read them when I was organizing them. I just went by color. Over on that side, the green one says learning has no limits, and the white one right next to it says good attitude, maximum effort, no limits. So I have 2 next to each other that talk about limits. But I don't care enough to switch the white ones, so moving on. Oh, that Sudoku is sideways. Why didn't y'all tell me that that was crooked? That is so crooked. I don't care. Oh, also, great news. I mentioned, I don't know when, in one of my previous videos, that I wanted this wall to be my math academic poster wall. And I said that there was this bundle of math posters on Amazon that I was thinking about getting. I got them. And they should be arriving today or tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave all of my invisible math unstapled because I want to see how all the other posters are gonna fit together because they're all gonna go on this wall. So I think I'm going to have to do that next week, unfortunately. So I know that this is not set in stone because the counselors literally just got access to all of the rosters and stuff. So like schedules aren't finalized, but I'm looking at my current rosters. My biggest class is 25 students. Oh my gosh, that could change. Of course, that could change, but I am used to class sizes of like 28, 31. I have a class of 20. Okay, I really shouldn't get my hopes up. I shouldn't have even looked at this because if it changes, I'm gonna be so sad. But anyway, yeah, my current roster is 20, 24, and 25, which is crazy. Also, if you are wondering why I only have 3 students, girl, why I only have 3 classes, that is because we are on a block schedule at my high school and math in my district is double blocked. So every single student goes to their math class for an hour and 45 minutes every single day. So by the end of the 2-week block, they will have gotten double the minutes that you normally would get in school. So because of that, I have 3 classes because we have 5 periods a day. My first period is planning, then I have 3 classes, and my last period is conference. So I see those 3 classes every single day. It's kind of nice actually, because we can kind of take a little bit more time on all of the material. So I really didn't like it at first because I was like trying to keep kids engaged for an hour and a half is crazy, especially because we really are pushing like bell-to-bell instruction. But, you know, over the years, I have learned ways to keep engagement and, you know, break things up so it's not just whatever that means. Okay, I like these boxes a lot better. I know you can't see all of them, but they're humongous. And I feel like that's gonna be plenty of room to write the learning objective, like the full sentence learning objective, and then any other like reminders or homework, test upcoming, like anything like that, I have plenty of room to fill this box. Comment what I should put in this top box, because that's gonna be like my header box, like my title box. So it's gonna say something like Algebra 1, Mrs. Adams, or learning objective. What are we doing today? What are we learning today? What are we learning this week? What do you think I should put in there? Please comment down below. Give me ideas. Second, there's this random whiteboard right here, and it was just here. So I thought it'd be fun if I did like the fun fact of the day or something, but that might be too much work. I might be putting too much pressure on myself. Because at first I was thinking like I could put a challenge problem over here and just have it up every week, and then whoever wants to attempt it can attempt it, and I'll show them how to do it on Friday. Again, advice, suggestions, welcome in the comments, please. Okay guys, we're switching to the phone cam because we're gonna take a field trip. So, leaving my classroom, and literally, I'm going to cross the hall and go into our workroom. I think I lucked out with my room placement because, are you kidding me? All these desktops that we can use, there's a fridge over there, staff bathroom, the copy machine. I'm 10 steps away from the copy machine, and look at this. You know how I was talking about my microwave? Boom. There's 2 already in here, so I don't even need to bring, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that microwave, but I don't need to bring it to school because I've got a communal one literally 10 steps away from my classroom. My kind, wonderful, amazing husband is gonna come up here and help me with those posters. There's another teacher at the school. Well, I don't know if she's a teacher. She's like the tech support person. Anyway, she let me borrow her step ladder. So I think I could theoretically do it on my own, but would it be easier for my tall husband to come and do it for me? Yes. So he's on his way to come help me, and then I think that'll be the last thing that I do today. As I keep saying, I'm really happy with my progress. I think this room is shaping up to be amazing. I'm so excited. And next week, I'll have my math posters that I can hang up on that wall, and I will hopefully figure out printing, so I can hopefully print and laminate my like signs for the wall over there. That's kind of it. Crazy. I know, I'm rich. Currently, my biggest class is 25 students. Got back to my classroom, and I'm going to show you everything that did not survive the weekend. So first, on the floor, it was on the door. Those, I mean, they weren't permanently up there anyway, so I don't really care that much. These are wilting. I think this room is like really humid or something. I don't know. And again, some of those numbers are kind of falling down. And then my hanging file folder. I kind of knew that wasn't gonna stay up. I have my work cut out for me today because I gotta figure out a way to keep all of that up. The posters and stuff, that's easy, just add more staples. But like, I still haven't brought a hammer and nails. Okay, this whole time I thought I was going crazy because I was like, I remember I had more stuff for my desk and I just can't find it. Like I had pictures. I guess someone's moving furniture above me. I had pictures and stuff, I couldn't find them. They were in my backpack. I have these little pictures of moi, which I like to hang those up like on the inside of here just so I can like see them grow. And then the current one, so I'm gonna get one for this year and I'm gonna hang it outside my room. Like I have this picture, which is from my wedding. It's me, my mom, and my grandmother. Another one from my wedding, me and my husband. And then just a bunch of little random stuff. Oh, and I have 2 huge binders. Those binders that I talked about, found them. I thought I was gonna have to buy them, but I'm not. Oh, I did, come with me. I bought these posters. We're just gonna ignore the fact that it says for elementary because I do teach high school and they do need these. So I'm just going to go through, there's a bunch. I'm just gonna go through all of them and sort them into like ones that I do want to use and ones that I don't want to use, because I know there's some like numbers, literally just listing out the numbers. I'm not gonna put that on here, but the rest of them, I think I will. So let me sort these. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 posters that I want to use, and I do want them to go on this wall. Because this room gets so humid, I did have my department chair came in just to help me get settled, and he saw that a lot of my posters had fallen, and he was like, yeah, that happens all year long. It is so humid in these rooms. Anything that's not like stapled is going to fall. So I'm going to take those down, laminate them, and then staple them because they're literally like limp. Like, as if you can feel it. You can't feel it, but the paper, it's not going to survive. So I'm going to be laminating them and then stapling them. This wall. I feel like the past 2 years that would have taken me way longer because I would have wanted everything to be even and measured everything. I just threw them up there and I think they look good. So I have like the important ones on that side and then the not as important ones on this side. I don't know. That's the way it made sense to separate them in my brain. Very little left to do in here, which is crazy. If you were curious, these are the ones that I decided not to hang up. Addition, which, here, let me just show you. Addition, multiplication, the numbers, division, and subtraction. Now, I would have hung them up, or at least maybe some of them up, if it showed the process of doing it, not just the 1 through 12. This is kind of worthless to me. But in another teacher's room, he has a poster where it literally shows the steps for how to subtract and like how to divide. That I would put up there because we just need a reminder sometimes, but that's not gonna help anyone. And then Roman numerals. I know my Roman numerals and I love them. I think everyone should know them, but we don't teach them here. So I just didn't want them, I didn't want that poster taking up space when I could put something else there. So as you could probably see, hopefully see, I have plenty of wall space left to add more things to it. So like as the year goes on, I can add more posters, anchor charts, stuff like that. My back wall is pretty much completely blank still. So I have the whole whiteboard. That area over there is the Sudoku, but that's not gonna take up that whole wall. So I have wall space for like an anchor chart. What I did last year is when I made anchor charts, if it was like applicable to the unit we were in, I hung them up on the back whiteboard. And then once we moved on to a different unit, I moved them to somewhere on the wall and just stapled them on the wall as reference. So that's probably what I'm gonna do again this year. Every time we learn a new concept, make an anchor chart, put it on the whiteboard, and then move it. Like I have plenty of room on the bottom. I also might, depending on how the students are, I might have them make anchor charts and I could hang them up along like the bottom of the room, like underneath the whiteboards and on the bottom here, just so that they're participating, doing part of it, whatever. That's all I'm doing today. If I forget to bring hammer and nails again tomorrow, I'm hopeless because everything else I am officially waiting for everything else that needs to be hung up needs hammer and nails. So that's good. I'm worried about those posters that I did on the brick wall because I did them with hot glue, y'all saw. But with the humidity levels in this classroom, I'm worried it won't last. Like already one of them was starting to peel off, so we'll just see. That might be something that I might just have to do like the clear packing tape to keep it on. But even that, the humidity, okay, anyway, doesn't matter. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. No need to make problems now. You know what I'm saying? So apparently at some point today, while I've been at my meetings, they removed the 3 broken desks and brought in 2 more, which is great. But now I have to figure out where to put them. And look at me. So we have a pretty good amount of classroom time today. So I'm finishing today. I know I said that yesterday, but today I mean it. I think my classroom is done for now, but I did change a few things, so let me show you. I did move my Sudoku board. It was over there on that side of the wall, but I didn't know how I was gonna do like the number pockets. I used to put them in envelopes and staple them to the wall, but I really didn't like that. So I moved this over. It was on that side of the whiteboard. I drug it over here, so now I have my 1 through 9. And then my Sudoku, and then the how-to. I also want to print like maybe 2 examples of how to play, because I feel like even just with the how to play, they don't really get it. So I'm gonna print out maybe some like examples. And then I had someone comment to tell me how I can label this, and I did binder clips with, I just put like washi tape on it and then Sharpie Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Anyway. Okay, so I am actually going to bring my microwave because there are two in the break room right now, but one of them doesn't work and the other one is like not the best quality. So I'm gonna bring mine up to school. I am just gonna put it on the bottom there, and I think I'm gonna get some fabric and like Velcro it all the way around. That way it's not like immediately visible to hopefully dissuade people from messing with it. And then I have my little, I don't know what to call this, but that a student gave me, and then I have my welcome to high school. I updated my agenda and I hung up that mirror. There are a few more things that I'm going to be adding as the year goes on and also just as this week goes on. So I think next week, maybe, I'm going to do like a finished, up-to-date room tour that kind of talks through everything that I've done. So if that interests you, be on the lookout for that.